breaking new developments in that deadly shooting of Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle. Overnight, chaos erupting at a vigil for the Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle, killed in that shooting. Multiple people injured in a stampede, and now police searching for this suspect, accused of gunning down the artist and activist right outside his LA store.
Also this morning, the whistleblower taking on the White House, claiming the Trump administration gave security clearances to at least 25 people after they'd already been denied, warning it's a national security issue. Now, what top aide and son-in-law Jared Kushner said overnight.
Double trouble. Two big storms moving across the country. The Midwest facing a flood emergency, 21 counties on alert, and now a new system forming, moving up the East Coast. On the run, the FBI now joins the search for a 15-year-old they believe went missing with a family friend. A new twist this morning.
Deborah Norval's health battle, what a viewer spotted that may have saved her life.
And this is no dad joke. The father trying to make it as a model. His son's tweet going viral, how it's inspiring parents and kids all across the internet. They're joining us live.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Wonderful to have you with us on this Tuesday morning. And I tell you what, it's great to be this dad, Clint. He's an internet sensation after his son posted photos saying he wants to be a model. His dad wants to be a model. He does look like a model. Okay, but now others are doing the same. Lin-Manuel Miranda posted pictures of his dear pop as well. Not seen here.
I'm waiting for him too.
We'll see those later in the
We
show,
will.
but right now we're going to begin with breaking new developments in the killing of Nipsey Hussle. You see that chaos right there? It broke out at a vigil to celebrate his life last night. That was in Los Angeles.
And now police have identified a suspect, and they are asking the public for help finding him. ABC's Adrian Banker is there in L.A. And Adrian, law enforcement, they told ABC News that the shooting appears to have been targeted and personal.
Yes, Michael, very personal. Good morning to you. Police say that Nipsey Hussle and his killer somehow knew each other. Overnight, violence strikes again at a vigil for slain rapper Nipsey Hussle. A crowd of mourners was sent running for safety after reports of gunshots at the impromptu memorial. Police say 19 people were treated for injuries, mostly after getting trampled, but officers say no shots were fired. The chaos comes as police identify the man they say gunned down the Grammy-nominated artist. The LAPD claims 29-year-old Eric Holder walked up to three men outside the rapper's South LA clothing store and fired multiple times, injuring two of the men and killing Hussle. This news comes as music's most famous continue to pay tribute. Beyonce posted this photo of Hussle as a child on Instagram saying, "I'm praying with every ounce of my heart for your family." Hussle, whose real name is Ermias Ashkadom, grew up in the neighborhood where he was murdered. With admitted ties to gangs, he became a music phenom, entrepreneur, and community advocate.
The goal is to create a bridge between the inner cities and Silicon Valley.
On Monday, a meeting with the LAPD that Hussle requested to try and stop gang violence went on in his absence.
He was so loyal to the community, but was the community genuinely loyal to him?
And right now, we do know that we're still learning about the relationship between that suspected gunman and Nipsey Hussle. Police releasing a description of the getaway car the night of that shooting, or rather the afternoon of that shooting. A white four-door Chevy vehicle, and a woman was behind the wheel. And we know that police are going to give us more information at a news conference this morning, but they're asking for the community's help for any details in this killing. Michael?
All right, thank you, Adrian. Definitely need the community's help. And here's a guy who he made enough money to leave Crenshaw, but he wanted to stay there. He wanted to help transform the community in which he grew up. He wanted to end gang violence. He wanted to give hope to people who grew up in the same way that he did. And so, you know, it was a huge loss for the community, and not only in the culture as a whole.
That's what we've seen the community come out for.
Yeah, he was trying to really make a change.
And they did go ahead with that gang violence meeting with the police yesterday. That did go through. Right. Now to Washington, and that White House whistleblower going to Congress with serious concerns about security clearances. She claims that at least 25 people, including two top current White House aides, were granted clearances, even though their applications were initially rejected. overnight. Jared Kushner speaking out about it. Senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega has more. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hi, Robin. Good morning to you. You know, this is a whistleblower who says the nation's most sensitive secrets are in danger, and she says she came forward because she wants Congress to intervene immediately. Overnight, Jared Kushner on Fox News dodging questions about security clearance protocols.
Over the last 2 years that I've been here, I've been accused of all different types of things, and all of those things have turned out to be false.
The interview from the president's son-in-law coming on the heels of alarming new claims by a whistleblower from inside the White House. Tricia Newbold, an 18-year veteran who manages security clearances for some of the top officials in the West Wing, telling Congress that top administration officials authorized security clearances for at least 25 people whose applications had been denied for reasons including foreign influence, conflicts of interest, concerning personal conduct, financial problems, drug use, and criminal conduct. And she says the decisions were not always adjudicated in the best interest of national security. On Capitol Hill, Democrats outraged.
Let's remember, this is the White House. We're not talking about, a Dairy Queen here. This is really serious business.
You've got all the secrets going to people who shouldn't even have a security clearance, possibly. I mean, all of them.
Newbold says there are currently 2 very senior officials working in the White House whose clearances were initially denied and ultimately overturned. A memo by the House Oversight Committee summarizing her claims doesn't name names, but earlier this year, President Trump denied he had overruled recommendations against a top-secret clearance for Kushner.
Jared's a good, I was never involved with the security.
But just days after that interview, the New York Times reported the president had in fact ordered his chief of staff to grant Kushner that top-secret clearance. Another top advisor with security clearance, Ivanka Trump, also denied her father's involvement.
The president had no involvement pertaining to my clearance or my husband's clearance, zero.
So strong denials here. Now, Republicans say that Newbold testified that of those 25 security clearance denials, only 4 or 5 were for very serious reasons. They are calling her a disgruntled employee, and they say this is a partisan attack on the White House. But, George, it's worth pointing out that Newbold has worked for both Republican and Democrat administrations for nearly 2 decades now.
Yeah, she's been there since the year 2000. Okay, Cecilia, thanks very much. There are a lot of headlines out of Washington, other headlines out of Washington. I want to bring in our senior congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce, for more on that. And Mary, let's begin with this big stalemate over disaster aid. More than $13 billion at stake for states hit hard by the flooding in the Midwest. Also, hurricane relief for Puerto Rico. At the heart of it, Democrats say Puerto Rico is getting shortchanged, and the president is hitting back hard on that.
Yeah, George, the president is making clear that he does not want to give Puerto Rico any additional funding, and he is now slamming the island's leaders, overnight tweeting that they are incompetent or corrupt. He says Puerto Rico is a mess and that nothing works. Democrats here on the Hill are demanding that any disaster relief bill include this additional funding to help Puerto Rico with its recovery from Hurricane Maria. But clearly the president and Republicans aren't budging. And right now, George, it is unclear how this impasse is going to end. And also caught in the middle, of course, are the billions of dollars in disaster relief to help those recovering from those devastating floods in the Midwest and those tornadoes down in the South.
Yeah, and usually these bills just sail through. On health care, another major development. Last week we saw the Trump administration, the president, join that lawsuit to overturn Obamacare. The president vowed to make the GOP the party of health care, but overnight he seemed to move the goalposts.
Yeah, George, the president now seems to be punting, overnight tweeting that he now would prefer that Congress wait until after the 2020 election to vote on a new health care plan. The president really caught Republicans here on the Hill off guard last week when he reignited this debate and when his Justice Department backed that lawsuit that would completely overturn all of Obamacare. But, George, Republicans here on the Hill do not have a replacement plan, waiting in the wings. And with health care one of the top issues for voters, it seems the president is signaling that he does not want to have this fight, at least not right now.
Yeah, but it'll be a big fight in the 2020 election. Also in the race for the Democratic nomination for the White House, some crucial fundraising numbers are coming in. Yesterday, we saw Mayor Pete Buttigieg surprise a lot of people with that $7 million. Overnight, Kamala Harris did even better.
Yeah, George, the California senator announcing that she raised $12 million in just over the first 2 months of campaigning for president. Now, we are still closely watching to see how Bernie Sanders and Beto O'Rourke do, how much money they've been able to raise. But this figure could catapult Kamala Harris into the top tier of fundraising, George.
Definitely does that. Okay, Mary, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, thank you, George. And now to North Dakota, where they're searching for answers after 4 people were found dead at a business office near Bismarck. ABC's Alex Perez is there with the very latest. And good morning to you, Alex. And police are calling this a multiple homicide.
Yeah, that's right, Michael. Still a lot of unanswered questions here. This chilling mystery started about 24 hours ago. Now, that's when authorities were called here to the RJR Property Management Company in Mandan, North Dakota, and discovered 4 people dead inside. Now, authorities worked through the night and remained tight-lipped about the investigation. At this point, only saying the dead were all adults, 3 males and 1 female, but not revealing how they died. Investigators are working on notifying next of kin, but have so far not released any details on a possible suspect or motive. But authorities say at this point they have no reason to believe the general public is in danger. Robin?
All right, Alex, thank you. New details now on that young college student, Samantha Josephson, killed after getting into a stranger's car, apparently thinking it was her Uber. North Carolina issuing a new I should say the University of South Carolina now issuing something for their students, and we have somebody that is there. Victor Oquendo is there in South Carolina and has the latest for us. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Robin. And police say this is the spot where Samantha Josephson got into the wrong car, and this morning there are increased calls for safety. The University of South Carolina president sending a school-wide letter to all students urging them to simply ask their rideshare driver, "What's my name?" before getting into a car, and to double-check the make, model, and license plate. The 21-year-old was last seen outside this bar early Friday morning, hopping into what she mistakenly thought was her Uber. Police say the man behind the wheel, Nathaniel Rowland, kidnapped and killed her. On Monday, the coroner releasing the student's cause of death, announcing she was killed by multiple sharp force objects. Uber has released a statement calling this an unspeakable crime, saying that their hearts are with Samantha Josephson's family and loved ones. Robin?
And Victor, South Carolina lawmakers are taking some action as well.
They are. A bill has been proposed, and this has bipartisan support to make ride-sharing services even safer. They want all Ubers and Lyfts to display illuminated stickers right there on the windshield, making those vehicles easier to identify, and that bill would be named after Samantha Josephson. Robin?
Right. Thank you.
Okay, Robin, we're going to turn now to a hidden camera lawsuit out of San Diego, where dozens of women are now suing a hospital after discovering the cameras installed in 3 operating rooms captured them at their most vulnerable moments several years ago. Our San Diego affiliate KGTV ABC 10 broke the story. Eva Pilgrim here with the details. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Those women are suing that San Diego hospital after finding out the facility they trusted actually recorded that special moment without their knowledge.
This San Diego area hospital is where at least 80 women say their privacy was violated. Hidden cameras in 3 operating rooms allegedly filming patients during childbirth and other procedures.
I was mortified at the idea that there was video or images of me in that extremely vulnerable and exposed moment.
In the new lawsuit, Carla Jones claims she was one of those women recorded during an emergency C-section.
It really shook how comfortable I was with hospitals and doctors and if I could trust them.
ABC News obtaining this image from one of those undercover cameras, an empty operating room. But according to the lawsuit, cameras also recorded some 1,800 patients between July 2012 and June 2013. Both conscious and unconscious, partially robed and emotionally and physically exposed. Jessica Lincoln says she was also secretly recorded at Sharp Grossmont Hospital.
There's images floating around somewhere, potentially viewed, or could be viewed in the future by others without my permission.
According to court documents, the hospital says the cameras were placed on drug carts and set to record when they detected motion as part of an investigation into an employee accused of stealing drugs from one of the operating rooms.
Even after they confronted the employee and they had identified the source of the missing drugs in their mind, they continued to operate the cameras for 2 additional months.
The hospital telling ABC News the surveillance methods in the 2012-13 investigation were used for this particular case only and have not been used again. "We sincerely regret that our efforts to ensure medication security may have caused any distress to those we serve."
And our San Diego affiliate KGTV ABC 10 broke this story, leading to so many more questions. We're also hearing from the women's lawyer that while Sharp claims that nearly half of the videos were actually deleted, the hospital has yet to say exactly when they were deleted, how they were deleted, and who actually deleted them. And you can just imagine, if you're one of these women, you want to know that video doesn't exist.
Sure do. Absolutely. So many questions need to be answered. All right, thank you, Eva. And now we're going to go to the latest on Mick Jagger's health. The Rolling Stones putting their tour on hold while he undergoes the heart procedure. And Lindsay Davis is here with new details. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Michael. When the upcoming tour was initially postponed, a rep for the band said Mick Jagger has been advised by doctors that he cannot go on tour this time as he needs medical treatment. And now we know that the man known for his iconic lips is now focusing on his heart. This morning, 75-year-old Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger is preparing to undergo surgery to have a valve in his heart replaced, according to Rolling Stone magazine. The band announcing that its upcoming no-filter tour dates in the U.S. and Canada are on hold while the age-defying rock and roller prepares for the procedure expected to take place later this week. On Saturday, the lead singer apologized to fans on social media, tweeting, "I will be working very hard to be back on stage as soon as I can." Bandmate Keith Richards tweeting his support for his friend after Jagger made the announcement, saying that it's a big disappointment for everyone, but things need to be taken care of, and we will see you soon. Mick, we are always there for you. The 75-year-old rock legend is known for his energy and stamina during hours-long performances. According to the American Heart Association, valve surgery is very likely to provide a positive outcome. And the most recent statistics estimate that more than 121 million American adults have some form of cardiovascular disease. Meanwhile, Jagger's bandmates are assuring fans that he is expected to make a complete recovery so that he can get back on stage as soon as possible. According to the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, heart valve replacement surgery has a 94% 5-year survival rate. Jagger is scheduled to undergo surgery Friday here in New York and is expected to make a complete recovery.
He's in pretty good physical health.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Thank you, Lindsay.
You said you've seen him in concert.
Yeah, it's physical. He's running up and down the stage.
Right?
Yeah, it's amazing what kind of shape he's in.
All right. Speaking of physical, the women's Final Four is set. It's going to be a humdinger. Overnight, defending champs Notre Dame punching the last ticket to the dance. They came from behind at the half to beat Stanford. And that sets up a rematch of last year's semifinal. Remember that against UConn? The Fighting Irish won it in OT. The other game last night, Baylor overpowering Iowa. Now set to square off against Oregon, making its first appearance in the Final Four. It's going to be good when the national championship games will be Friday night in Tampa, Florida on ESPN2. I actually played against Baylor's coach, Kim Mulkey. Played against, she was at Louisiana Tech. I was at Southeastern Louisiana. I still get the shake. She was so good. When I see her on the court, I'm still, but it's going to be a great Final Four.
Congrats.
Great Final Four.
We know where you'll be Friday night.
Yes, indeed.
Now, the story we're following this morning, the FBI now joining the search for this missing 15-year-old who authorities think ran away with a 47-year-old man. There's a new twist in that case. We'll tell you about it coming up.
And why Inside Edition host Deborah Norville is thanking a viewer, what that viewer spotted and how it may have saved Deborah's life. But first, let's get to you, Rob.
Hey, good morning, guys. We have a little bit of a storm rolling up the East Coast. We also have some flooding updates we want to share with you. This is the Minnesota River just outside of Twin Cities in Renville. This person made it out okay, but the water rushing across that. More about the coastal storm in just a bit. But right now, your Tuesday trivia brought to you by Target.
Watch me working now. Baby, do you like the way I work it now? Baby, come on and let me show you how. Working now, working now, working now, baby, what's the work it like? Working now, working now, working now, baby, what's the work it like? Baby, 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 watch me working now.
Temperatures once again this morning starting out in the 30s, and we'll have a little bit of early day filtered sunshine. But for the most part today, we're going to be overcast and on the cooler side with rain coming in after about 3-4 o'clock. Most of your showers 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. This is a snapshot of 6 p.m. today, so take the umbrella if you're going to be out late. Another chance of rain on Friday, but tomorrow close to 70. This weekend, 70 to 72 degrees. Beautiful weather expected throughout the entire weekend.
Sometimes, bipolar 1 disorder can make you feel like you have no limits. But mania, such as unusual changes in your mood, activity, or energy levels,